Welcome back to Jerry Plays. Today, we have an in-depth review for you. We're diving into the world of the Legend of Heroes. Trails into Reverie. Is it worth playing? Let's find out. Now, let me start off by saying that Trails into Reverie is not a game for newcomers. If you're new to the series, I highly recommend starting with the earlier titles. This game serves as a grand final connecting storylines from previous games like Trails from Zero, Trails to Azure, and Trails of Cold Steel. So be warned, there might be spoilers ahead. The game introduces 3 interconnected story threads, each following its own protagonist. We have Lloyd Banning, Rian Schwarzer, and the mysterious CIA. While the main characters don't undergo significant development here, it's still a delight to see their interactions and witness how their bonds have shaped their journeys. Trails into Reverie serves as an excellent epilogue to both the Crossbell duology of Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, as well as the 4 Trails of Cold Steel games that precede it. The narrative takes place in the city, state of Crossbell, where it looks like independence is finally within reach. However, the signing ceremony is interrupted by Rufus Alberia, who seizes control over Crossbell. This sets in motion a race against time for our protagonists as they navigate through a web of political intrigue and personal struggles. I must note that discussing the late game plot reveals would delve into spoiler territory. But rest assured, the story is emotionally charged and satisfying. The Trails to Walk system, which allows players to experience the story from different perspectives, keeps the narrative engaging and highlights the interconnectedness of the characters' journeys. While some aspects of the story and the overarching problems in Zemuria might feel convoluted, Trails into Reverie manages to bring it all together for a truly impactful finale. Visually, Trails into Reverie impresses with its attention to detail. The city-state of Crossbell is rendered beautifully, and the character models are incredibly well done. The environments are immersive, and you can feel the vibrant atmosphere of the world. However, the game falls a bit short in conveying action in its dynamic cutscenes, sometimes relying on camera tricks that leave some gaps to be filled by the player's imagination. It's also worth noting that if you've explored the previous games extensively, there won't be many new sights to see as players retreat familiar territory. On the audio front, Trails into Reverie excels. The soundtrack, composed by the talented Falcom Sound team, is a true gem. It features a wide range of tracks that perfectly capture the emotional journeys of the characters. The music evokes different moods, from upbeat dungeon exploration to jazzy interludes, and it's incredibly easy to get swept up in its melodies. The voice acting is top-notch, with the talented cast bringing the characters to life. While not every line is voiced, the major events receive the treatment they deserve, and the combat cries and comments add depth to the characters. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. Trails into Reverie builds upon the solid foundation established in Trails of Cold Steel. Combat revolves around breaking enemies to deal more damage, and the upgraded orbment slots allow for more powerful customization. The crafts and S-crafts of each character level up alongside them, providing a sense of progression and unlocking potent abilities. Moving characters strategically and utilizing brave orders for stat boosts adds depth to the battles. One of the notable additions to combat is the United Front feature, which enables powerful united attacks when you have enough characters and brave points. These united attacks can turn the tide of battle and offer satisfying moments of triumph. Additionally, the True Reverie Corridor introduces a new dungeon that exists outside of space and time. It allows all character parties to meet up and pool their resources, providing a wealth of post-game content and rewarding exploration. The dungeon strata levels and various ceiling stones offer a plethora of gameplay options, from short story, vignettes, to mini-games and equipment upgrades. While combat remains engaging and satisfying, there are occasional bosses that can be frustratingly difficult. especially in comparison to regular foes. However, the game provides options to adjust the difficulty and retry fights with weakened enemies, catering to both casual and hardcore players. Managing the extensive roster of playable characters can be a challenge, and equipping them all can become a chore. Nevertheless, the game strikes a balance by offering simplified equipment options and intricate ornament customization for those seeking a more strategic experience. In conclusion, The Legend of Heroes: Trails into Reverie is a game that truly delivers for the fans. It's a celebration of the series, connecting storylines and characters from previous titles and providing a satisfying conclusion to their journeys. The game's narrative, while complex, manages to come together in an emotional and impactful way. The visuals, music, and voice acting maintain the high standards we've come to expect from the series. Combat remains engaging with new features like the United Front and the True Reverie Corridor, adding depth and replayability. That being said, if you're new to the series, I highly recommend starting with earlier titles to fully appreciate the story and characters. But if you're a fan, Trails into Reverie is an absolute must-play. It's a worthy addition to the Legend of Heroes franchise, offering hours of immersive gameplay and an epic conclusion. That wraps up our review of The Legend of Heroes: Trails into Reverie. Let us know in the comments if you've played the game or if you're planning to dive into this epic adventure. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more gaming content. Until next time, happy gaming.